Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Why it's timeless. A witty, insightful exploration of love, class, and society, this novel is a cornerstone of romantic literature. Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy's iconic love story remains as compelling today as when it was first published. First published, 1813, famous quote. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. Pride and Prejudice, Penguin Classics. Author Jane Austen. Austen's most popular novel, the unforgettable story of Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy. Few have failed to be charmed by the witty and independent spirit of Elizabeth Bennet in Austen's beloved classic Pride and Prejudice. When Elizabeth Bennet first meets eligible bachelor Fitzwilliam Darcy, she thinks him arrogant and conceited. He is indifferent to her good looks and lively mind. When she later discovers that Darcy has involved himself in the troubled relationship between his friend Bingley and her beloved sister Jane, she is determined to dislike him more than ever. In the sparkling comedy of manners that follows, Jane Austen shows us the folly of judging by first impressions and superbly evokes the friendships, gossip, and snobberies of provincial middle-class life. This Penguin Classics edition, based on Austen's first edition, contains the original Penguin Classics introduction by Tony Tanner and an updated introduction and notes by Vivian Jones. For more than 70 years, Penguin has been the leading publisher of classic literature in the English-speaking world. With more than 1,700 titles, Penguin Classics represents a global bookshelf of the best works throughout history and across genres and disciplines. Readers trust the series to provide authoritative text enhanced by introductions and notes by distinguished scholars and contemporary authors, as well as up-to-date translations by award-winning translators. Jane Eyre by Charlotte Brontë. Why it's timeless. This Gothic romance is a tale of resilience, independence, and intense love, set against a backdrop of mystery and moral dilemmas. First published 1847, famous quote. I am no bird, and no net ensnares me. I am a free human being with an independent will. Jane Eyre, Penguin Classics. Author Charlotte Brontë. Charlotte Brontë's moving masterpiece, the novel that has been teaching true strength of character for generations. The Guardian. Nominated as one of America's best-loved novels by PBS's The Great American Read, a novel of intense power and intrigue, Jane Eyre has dazzled generations of readers with its depiction of a woman's quest for freedom. Having grown up an orphan in the home of her cruel aunt and at a harsh charity school, Jane Eyre becomes an independent and spirited survivor, qualities that serve her well as governess at Thornfield Hall. But when she finds love with her sardonic employer, Rochester, the discovery of his terrible secret forces her to make a choice. Should she stay with him whatever the consequences or follow her convictions, even if it means leaving her beloved? This updated Penguin Classics edition features a new introduction by Brontë scholar and award-winning novelist Stevie Davies, as well as comprehensive notes, a chronology, further reading, and an appendix. For more than 70 years, Penguin has been the leading publisher of classic literature in the English-speaking world. With more than 1,700 titles, Penguin Classics represents a global bookshelf of the best works throughout history and across genres and disciplines. Readers trust the series to provide authoritative text enhanced by introductions and notes by Wuthering Heights by Emily Brontë. Why it's timeless. A haunting tale of passion and revenge on the Yorkshire moors, the stormy romance between Heathcliff and Catherine has entranced readers with its raw emotion. First published 1847, famous quote. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. Wuthering Heights, Wordsworth Classics. Author Emily Brontë. Wuthering Heights by Emily Brontë is a wild, passionate story of the intense and almost demonic love between Catherine Earnshaw and Heathcliff, a foundling adopted by Catherine's father. After Mr. Earnshaw's death, Heathcliff is bullied and humiliated by Catherine's brother Hindley, and wrongly believing that his love for Catherine is not reciprocated, leaves Wuthering Heights, only to return years later as a wealthy and polished man. He proceeds to exact a terrible revenge for his former miseries. The action of the story is chaotic and unremittingly violent, but the accomplished handling of a complex structure, the evocative descriptions of the lonely moorland setting, and the poetic grandeur of vision combine to make this unique novel a masterpiece of English literature. Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. Why it's timeless. A sprawling Russian epic about love, fidelity, and societal expectations, Anna's tragic romance with Count Vronsky explores the complexities of human emotion. First published 1877, famous quote. All happy families are alike, each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. Anna Karenina. Author Leo Tolstoy, the must-have Pavir and Volokonsky translation of one of the greatest Russian novels ever written, described by William Faulkner as the best novel ever written and by Fyodor Dostoevsky as flawless. Anna Karenina tells of the doomed love affair between the sensuous and rebellious Anna and the dashing officer, Count Vronsky. Tragedy unfolds as Anna rejects her passionless marriage and thereby exposes herself to the hypocrisies of society. Set against a voice. This authoritative edition, which received the PN Translation Prize and was an Oprah Book Club selection, also includes an illuminating introduction and explanatory notes. Beautiful, vigorous, and eminently readable, this Anna Karenina will be the definitive text for fans of the film and generations to come. This Penguin Classics Deluxe Edition also features French flaps and décollaged paper. Voice. This authoritative edition, which received the PN Translation Prize and was an Oprah Book Club selection, also includes an illuminating introduction and explanatory notes. Beautiful, vigorous, and eminently readable, this Anna Karenina will be the definitive text for fans of the film and generations to come. This Penguin Classics Deluxe Edition also features French flaps and décollaged paper. For more than 70 years, Penguin has been the leading publisher of classic literature in the English-speaking world. With more than 1,700 titles, Penguin Classics represents a global bookshelf of the best works throughout history and across genres and disciplines. Readers trust the series to provide authoritative texts enhanced by introductions and notes by distinguished scholars and contemporary authors, as well as up-to-date translations by award-winning translators. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Why it's timeless. This American classic portrays the jazz age and the elusive nature of the American dream, with the doomed love story of J. Gatsby and Daisy Buchanan at its heart. First published, 1925, famous quote. So we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. The Great Gatsby, the only authorized. Author F. Scott Fitzgerald, the only authorized edition of the 20th century classic, featuring F. Scott Fitzgerald's final revisions, a foreword by his granddaughter, and a new introduction by National Book Award winner Jesmyn Ward, nominated as one of America's best-loved novels by PBS's The Great American Read. The Great Gatsby, F. Scott Fitzgerald's third book, stands as the supreme achievement of his career. First published in 1925, this quintessential novel of the jazz age has been acclaimed by generations of readers. The story of the mysteriously wealthy J. Gatsby and his love for the beautiful Daisy Buchanan, of lavish parties on Long Island at a time when the New York Times noted gin was the national drink and sex the national obsession. It is an exquisitely crafted tale of America in the 1920s.